championship. Oh man, that's very, very... I don't know, they're doing something right with the women's division of SmackDown. Of course it's the first thing I'm going to talk about because, you know, I'm a mark for Alexa Bliss. And I think, I don't know, they're putting too much faith in her by giving her the belt again. But I think to some extent, that's a testament to how much she's grown ever since she moved up to the main roster. I mean, look at Carmella. What is she doing right now? Nothing. She's cozying up with...
No, sorry.
Jesus.
Well, I think what they're really putting something on Alexa Bliss. I think there's really something there. Probably because her stuff translates. I mean, she has a nice moveset, one thing. The athleticism really cuts through. She's a pretty face. And she's
a good heel.
She's a good heel.
Oh, yeah.
She's a good heel. Even to the point that they actually made about my kid is a WWE superstar.
Yeah.
So, and there's a nice story there that she had a weight problem and So there's a nice dimension in human dimension to her development. And with Naomi going down, which I still don't understand why they gave the belt to her in the first place. It gives her you just resume your role as the heel, as if the Naomi loss didn't happen altogether.
Yeah.
And I think also that Becky Lynch is better chasing. So
that's true.
That's why Mickie James as the just the wrench in the entire situation. I think that makes a good...
You think they're going to give it to Mickie James?
There's a possibility. I mean, she is a big name from the past, and we've seen WWE do this before. Like a household name, a veteran comes back, and then they give him or her some amount of adulation through a title coronation or something. So I don't think it's impossible at this point for Mickie James to recapture the title. Question is when.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think she can always go back to playing the crazy heel. So if Alexa is the smart, slimy heel, Mickie James will always just play the woman who's nuts. So there's always that. How can you beat somebody who's already, wacko? So there's a dimension there that Alexa will always try to trick her out. Becky will try to do it the straight line way. So
it's amazing. After the draft, you thought that the women's division on Raw would be better, but you can see SmackDown. It's really more exciting than Raw's.
I couldn't agree with you more on that one because Raw had all the big names, so to speak.
Sasha, Charlotte, and Bayley.
Yeah, exactly. But I think. If we can go back to Raw for a little bit, I think they already to echo his sentiment. They already used all of their bullets as early as the first few weeks.
I mean, there's until they come up with something that's, I guess, a little bit more personal than just the title.
Yeah,
there's nothing that's going to translate as much. Unlike SmackDown, since they haven't used up all their bullets, it still can just be about the championship. And then now they're able to put, and they add a second layer to the women's talk that they have this whole Cena, Miz, Nikki, Maurice interaction, which is a little bit more personal and real life mixed into it.
And then Ellsworth and Carmella versus Nikki.
As the stepping stone to both.
That was kind of a terrible match, if you ask me.
But I guess it was to establish that that mixed gender match. So but you see, they were able to build the layers, unlike Raw, which is all about here's the nice red and white belt, and then they're just fighting over that. It was good for like a bit with Charlotte and Sasha, but once they started switching titles every 2 weeks. It lost its
playing hot potato with the title. Yeah. It lost it lost much of its power because of that, if you ask me. Because
unlike SmackDown,
because you barely see title matches. Well, in relation to Raw, you barely see women's title championship matches on SmackDown. Raw, it's just we feel like having a women's title match tonight. Let's do it. That's their thing.
It's like they need there's a need for a title match because we need to increase ratings.
Yeah.
Put a women's title match.
That's with Raw.
Unlike SmackDown, there's only been one women's title match, which was the cage, when Mickey James came back. So,
My concern about SmackDown is that you only have Mickey, Alexa, Becky, and Naomi really slugging it out. But Carmella, wala eh.
Well, and I think
She's going out with a slug.
and I think that you have to structure your talent pool to a certain extent. That somebody will be
You forgot about Natalia.
Oh yeah, sorry, and the Bellas, of course.
Yeah.
and then now they're bringing Maurice back into the picture. So
Oh yeah.
there's
Yeah.
slowly but surely they're actually adding more depth.
Cyrus and I were talking off podcast about Asuka. So do you see Asuka joining the blue brand?
She was in MSG.
Yeah, but will she join the blue brand?
It makes sense for her to go there because, one, I don't think I'd want her getting into that whole Raw mess, which is
Oh yeah.
she'd be what the undersized versus, and there's
She
no
can't talk eh.
yeah, there's no
Yeah.
edge. And if Raw is true, it's all about the talking. Then she won't have this whole buzzsaw element to her.
Yeah.
Unlike if she's in SmackDown where there's no Nia Jax and there's no Charlotte who are very physically imposing people. Nikki Bella, although she seems to be larger than everybody else already, it's pretty logical if she takes a kick to the face.
Well,
Yeah.
what about sorry, we're transitioning. Nakamura, do you see him joining SmackDown or Raw?
What do I want? what do I think they will do?
What do you think that they will do?
What do I think they will do?
Raw?
Raw.
Oh jeez.
Because it's Triple H.
Because he's red.
Because he's red.
What?
There's nobody that wears red on the entire SmackDown roster. Except probably
Bella.
Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
Who takes off the red and takes the black.
That's true.
And no one wears blue on Raw, tama ba?
To my recollection, parang wala.
Oh, no?
Well, if you
Yeah.
count any of the Lucha Dragons, sometimes they wear blue.
Yeah, but now he's wearing black. Sin Cara's wearing black.
Oh yeah, that's
you
right.
know, the Shining Star as well.
Yeah. But
Come to Puerto Rico.
Amore, the certified G.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
maybe. Pero parang kasi if Raw needs, I mean, they need help.
Oh yeah.
But like to what we were discussing over the
Do you see trades happening after WrestleMania?
I think the trade will finally come into play.
So Zayn to SmackDown, perhaps?
That's a very good possibility because
For who?
it makes it Eva Marie.
Or say Apollo Cruz?
Well, it could help Apollo Cruz, like have him traded to Raw for Zayn, then have him teamed up with Titus O'Neil. The brand new primetime players, two burly
Heel and
athletic
si
guys.
Apollo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the issue with Apollo Cruz naman is he's too smiley.
Yeah, that's true.
We were talking about... No, we won't talk about it here, but we had a funny conversation about analogies
Oh,
about
yeah.
Apollo Cruz and current events.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
What was that? Oh yeah, I remember that.
But I mean, I think what I want to happen is for this supposed crap shot of an AJ Styles Shane McMahon match.
Oh Jesus.
Crap. That's really crap.
That's really crap. If in the fantasy that is in my mind, Shane McMahon will get beaten up backstage, and Daniel Bryan will be forced to call on somebody to replace him on the spot, and then.
Oh, I thought Daniel Bryan yun.
Yeah,
That would have
me
been-
too.
I don't think they're gonna clear him for stocks.
So Shane will get beaten up.
Yeah,
Then-
Daniel Bryan will be forced to
Nakamura.
pull a replacement. You choose Nakamura, Kurt Angle.
Oh.
There's two Kasi I
Okay,
think
that's hard. That's a hard choice.
because Kurt Angle has really, I think, officially declared that he wants
to wrestle Styles.
to wrestle Styles.
Yeah.
Yeah?
He has.
Yeah, I read that.
Is that true?
I think it is.
Oh, it's true. It's damn true.
I think it is. I mean, if you have time, watch old TNA stuff when when Kurt Angle first came in.
But have we ever seen? I want to see a Nakamura Styles.
Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah, they did that. Was it last year or? Yeah, that was last year. Yeah.
2 years ago. 10. It was what? As in,
Holy shit.
good match talaga.
Okay.
It wasn't as violent as Ibushi Nakamura, which looked like a real fight. So, and it's not the whole heralded thing like the whole Nakamura. I mean the Kenny Omega and Okada. But it was really good match. So, and it's like their farewell both to.
So for you, Riggs, I noticed that you really appreciate the matches, the good matches, talaga, more than the mic talk.
I think the mic talk is an add-on. It's supposed to really just add color to the element. Like I guess what Cyrus was mentioning earlier. Actions speak louder than words to a certain extent. Yeah, like if you put on a good match, it doesn't matter if the mic talk isn't too spectacular. Like over this past year, AJ Styles has been the MVP of the WWE. He's not really been a good talker. I mean, there have been some bright spots, but he hasn't been a good talker. But
yung Georgia accent niya talaga yung
I think McMahon has an issue with accents. They try to get rid of Becky Lynch's accent, and I think Neville, they're trying to swing that as well.
Huh?
Yeah, they don't.
Becky Lynch?
Yeah, she doesn't like the Irish thing.
What about Valor?
I think they're trying to because Becky Lynch is a stronger one. It's really stiff.
But that's who she is.
They want somebody who they can control, a character that they can own and trademark.
Yeah,
typical.
I was really happy and excited when Royal Rumble was coming out. Oh, the road to WrestleMania, blah blah blah. Now,
Rumble.
Parang WrestleMania, let's just get it over with.
Yeah.
That's how I feel now.
Because it doesn't offer as much as excitement as it's supposed to offer.
Like, what are you excited for? In the current state it is now.
What I'm most excited for, I just want to. Well, to some extent, yes. Don't kill me. I know a lot of people don't like Roman. I don't like him too. But if they turn him heel, against The Undertaker, I might just go rally behind Reigns. Because
what if The Undertaker loses?
Okay, I'm gonna need more than a day to think about that.
I don't think
too much push na yun.
Yeah, that's.
I don't think that. Look, if they're gonna do it, and we sort of know that this is not going to be Taker's last day.
Yeah.
You don't feel
because next year it's in
New Orleans where he lost.
Yeah.
Nolans.
So if they really want to do the super mega Roman push, have him fight The Undertaker twice, beat The Undertaker.
Now?
No, next year. So that he beats him again in New Orleans. And it's like there's something there. And that'll be the ultimate push for Reigns.
Yeah.
But this year I don't think there's going to be something there. Parang I think they're just
it's a sad WrestleMania.
Look,
well, there's
some good spots. Like we know that the Jericho Owens thing is going to be a good match.
Are you excited for Wyatt and Orton?
Wyatt and Orton, no.
For me, yes.
In your notes, who?
Good matches that are coming up, I think. Triple H and Rollins, I think, has a decent and a pretty nice, well-built build. I don't know how the other characters will play, like whether Joe and Balor will come in.
We've never seen that, right? At Rollins Triple H.
No, never.
Match. Okay.
We've seen the 3-on-3s with Shield and Evolution, but never the
Shield.
Never the whole Triple H and Seth Rollins one-on-one, because that's what they were building in. That these are the architects or the heads of the factions, and they were the ones that were supposed to meet head on. So got a pretty decent build. And what I really like now Neville Austin Aries. I think that's gonna come
They're
up.
gonna put that on in WrestleMania.
I think they're holding
Pre-show.
they're holding a 205 live something to determine the number one contender, but Austin Aries has been the only one who's been able to dent Neville in the past few, and he has. And to be
So
honest,
they're bringing up NXT guys rin to 205, parang ganon.
There's a possibility.
yeah. And, I mean, Austin Aries wrestled his first Raw match earlier for the Cruiserweight division. So,
Oh, right.
So-
he went up against Arya Daivari?
Arya Daivari.
Right.
So Austin Aries is gonna be your anti-hero, your Tony Stark, who he sort of plays.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the type of guy he is. I think they're gonna characterize him as, and I think that will have some, because I think Aries has enough to carry a big match
Yeah.
No ladder matches currently, no?
as of now, and it doesn't look like it because they're not Continental titles.
Because we don't have like a fun match pa eh.
Oh, well,
Like a Money in the Bank in a WrestleMania. Parang ganon.
the Corbin Ambrose
Ambrose.
match has some potential to it.
Yeah, that's gonna be either a street fight,
Yeah.
or something. But
Wag lang asylum match.
Oh, God.
But anyway, there's nothing yet for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. So,
I don't think it's going to be included at all.
or maybe pre-show, maybe.
Oh, God. I feel bad for American Alpha.
American
Then again, the question is who can hold it at this point? Who can hold a candle to American Alpha? They steamrolled throughout the entire division
Yeah.
The
already.
revival.
That's your best
Well,
shot.
yeah.
But they're they're doing a triple threat with Gargano and the Authors of Pain the night before. So there's a chance. There's a chance. But I don't see them. I don't think the revival are like WrestleMania debut guys yet.
Sorry, so it's gonna be Takeover Orlando?
Take over Orlando the night before. Pretty decent card. I'm not sure who's gonna wrestle for what the card is yet. It's oddly enough NXT has less giveaway than WrestleMania, which doesn't make sense. So
Rude versus...
right now they're looking at probably either Nakamura or they're trying to put Cassius Ohno into the mix, who's a returning guy. But the smarter play would be Nakamura to be there again.
Okay.
So, I mean, I looked at the matches and we have like, 11 or 12 already that are sort of preset. So, if it's going to be supposedly now looking at a 6-hour show, so, that's 30 minutes or so, plus your Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Wait, 6 hours including pre-show.
Including pre-show.
So that's 6
Isn't it 7?
6 a.m. to 12 noon?
Something like that. It's gonna be a long day. I think I have to take a half day leave just to digest everything and sit through it live. But that's 12 matches. No Andre the Giant Battle Royal yet. No Hall of Fame ceremony, which they're gonna have.
No
Yeah.
ladder match.
No ladder match. Plus your token legend coming back to do something,
Oh, yeah.
which is sure to happen. So,
Question is, who's going to
Who lives in
show
Orlando?
up?
well, Shawn Michaels now lives in Orlando.
Oh, because of his work at the Performance Center? Right.
And they brought him to Raw just this morning. So.
Oh, right. He was sent out to warn Reigns
Yeah.
about the psychology behind going up against The Undertaker, to which Reigns handily said, well, he retired you.
Yeah.
I don't know why I sound like Ja Rule, but that's my impression of Roman Reigns.
But I think, to Cyrus's point, if you want to turn Roman Reigns heel, like, when he was in the Shield, he was cool. Because he wasn't talking. I mean, he was
He was
like...
the muscle of the group.
He was the muscle of the group. Like, he'd run through you, and that was it. There was no... They left the talking to... They left the shark talking to Rollins, and they left the crazy talking to Ambrose. So, everybody had a clear dimension.
Yeah.
When he started trying to do everything, that's when he started becoming fake John Cena. So, so there you go. So, parang I think turning him heel slowly and just giving him like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
There's something there. So like, if for example, down the line, if he's like the I don't give a shit guy and starts trying to run through Sami Zayn.
Poor Zayn.
Poor Zayn, but the character will develop.
Zayn, will he even have a match in WrestleMania?
He doesn't even have one yet.
Yeah.
That's a problem. He doesn't even have one yet. Balor doesn't even have one yet.
Because there was build for Sami in Royal Rumble, if you remember.
Yeah, there was a small buzz that they might give him a shot so that it would be KO Sami.
Again.
But nawala eh. So, and they keep wrestling.
Yeah, that's true.
They keep wrestling.
The universe, is Sami well liked by the fans?
Yeah.
Or kulang ba sa push? Or
He's arguably one of the most over wrestlers in the Raw roster. Like every time he comes out, he gets a massive pop. People are singing along to his.
let's go!
Yeah.
So it's like when he was destroyed by Joe, it seemed to be sort of okay because he does that from time to time. Then he'll sneak one win in and then lead to something up. But there's just too short of a window for him to build that up to WrestleMania. I mean, he has to start like the whole thing with Strowman. What he finished it off at a Raw in a street fight. Parang wala na naman, naubos na naman siya without doing anything and not really establishing a build. And it's talking about people who have nothing to do at WrestleMania. Strowman has nothing to do at WrestleMania.
So it's really writing for Raw.
Yeah, I think there's a lack of I think it's being stubborn.
But Vince is behind the curtain for both shows. All shows.
He is for both.
Even not NXT.
Not
No,
NXT.
that's Triple H's
Not
thing.
205.
205, maybe not.
So just Raw and SmackDown.
But 205 is like a feeder for your Raw show. Eh. But I think yung difference, is that they really think that Raw will just it goes against your Monday Night Football, it goes against your all the big stuff. So it's a draw thing. Unlike SmackDown, it's like okay, siguro we can. But he will go back to his reliables, kind of like he went back to Bray versus Orton for the title. So parang, well, nothing happened. Yeah.
But you have to admire SmackDown's patience in building that story up, because we were talking about this off podcast.
Because I thought that Shane really was part of the team, but hindi.
Yeah.
He's like a
No,
regular
he's an on-air character. So that's why you don't see him every week. That's why
Stephanie hindi.
Stephanie on Raw is an on-air character, but she works with
Shane does not.
Shane does not.
So Shane is being paid as a character.
But I think so.
He's not part of the corporation.
He owns, I think. The ownership part is still there, I think. But the active input into creative, probably not.
But remember the line last year, I've never lost my place in line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totoo yun.
I think to a certain extent that's still there. Pero,
Because he's a man.
yeah. But I think that's why Stephanie is not leaving. Because if she leaves, definitely by default, it will go to Shane. Easily.
Yeah.
As opposed to, if they go on their own ventures, both of them.
Okay.
I mean, Vince will naturally think, okay, let's give it to... It's easier to give it to Shane than to give it to Stephanie, who's probably out doing some other stuff. That's why I think Triple H and Stephanie are really into the fold and involved with everything. Because if they lose it, they will lose their place. I think family business naman.
Yeah.
It goes to the firstborn, unless the firstborn is a scroll up. So, okay lang yun.
Dalawa lang sila.
Dalawa lang naman sila. Plus their mom is a cabinet secretary for Donald Trump. So
I saw a picture on the internet one time. Like 40% of the people in this picture had been stunned by Steve Austin, including the president.
yeah. So the only people that were not stunned were Linda McMahon and the 6 children that were okay, fine.
Wait, Stephanie's been stunned?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait.
Stephanie, I think has
No, I mean Linda. Has Stone Cold never
I don't think
stunned?
I don't.
Linda?
Linda, I think not. I think she was the one that was spared. So,
Ang alam ko, Linda kissed Bischoff.
that's Linda.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Linda's been done everything, I think, except probably take the big bump from Austin or somebody really, really big. Always the girls.
Alright, sorry. We'll move from WrestleMania. What do you foresee after WrestleMania? I think before going here, I asked about Mick Foley. Like, is he done?
Well, reports online say he's gonna need a hip operation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I think they started building the whole we're gonna fire you as a GM type of stuff on Raw.
But be replaced by.
Rumor has it, it's Angle.
But Angle, if you think about Angle, has never really been Raw.
Yeah.
Nine.
He was even during his
But
his
he's been with
high
Stephanie.
points.
He's been with Stephanie and Triple H. That whole interaction.
No.
Diba, there's a talk even, I read it on Dave Meltzer's Twitter na parang, why they cut off the whole Triple H, Stephanie, Kurt Angle love triangle thing before. It was because apparently somebody inputted that Triple H didn't believe that he would lose a girl to Kurt Angle. Parang ganun. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Parang it's the nerdy guy versus the alpha male. So there's that element into it. So I don't know if they'll put him on. I hope they don't, but again, you never know.
Because it's Raw.
Because it's Raw and it's desperate.
And the milk truck comes back.
Yeah, the milk truck should come. Because like, if you don't think about it, SmackDown hasn't really gotten favor in terms of the big signings post-draft. The biggest one they probably got was Nikki Bella because John Cena and stuff.
Big.
I mean, relative to the division.
Okay.
I mean,
But she's still so thin.
yeah.
I don't see her as
Goodness.
part of the women's evolution.
Eh,
of
she's
the-
not.
She's
not.
part of the era before that.
And, I mean, she served her purpose. I mean, you have to admit na kahit paano, she plays a role na, yun nga, she's the favored one, she's ganyan, as opposed to all of these people who are given opportunity.
Mainit.
Yeah. So then I guess that's the thing that you could see about Raw and SmackDown. Like Raw is becoming Nitro and SmackDown is becoming Monday Nitro.
Attitude era.
Yeah, because get all your big names here, have them try to balance na not everybody loses or not everybody really takes a hit. Here on SmackDown, everybody gets an opportunity, somebody gets a little bit of run with a little bit of storyline for something else. Like, kahit paano, like Ziggler has nothing on the table for WrestleMania, but you've seen his character progress from absolute doing nothing, reaching contender status, dropping out again, and then turning heel. So at least there's some movement into his whole thing. Not like Raw that, with the exception of Seth Rollins, nobody's really flipped over the past year with a significant storyline to it.
Well, Jericho.
And Jericho, because he's Jericho. I mean, you saw him
That's
when
just awesome.
when he was here. You knew he was carrying the show.
Quiet.
It's simple, pero he's still there.
And the biggest gago.
I mean, that's some effort to it, kasi he finds out what the hell that means.
Yeah.
I saw other house shows. They really give him mic time.
Chris Jericho.
They really give him mic time because and he asks around and finds out what's relevant.
Yeah.
Unlike when you were here, when we saw them during the live show, you saw who were the people that wanted to just get out and finish the show.
Like Strowman.
Yeah.
Goldust.
Goldust pa nga to a certain extent, you would admire kasi parang he was trying to pull Strowman before Strowman got better.
I think Cesaro and Sheamus enjoyed their match.
Sami Zayn was the last guy to exit the entire building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was amazed that he was getting the Ole Ole chants and people were singing along to his theme song while he was here. Other people with minimal interaction that you really saw that they just wanted to get out. There were
Actually, I have an experience then. I was next to one of my younger cousins and he was shouting ROH, ROH kay Seth. And then si Seth, na parang, okay nodded na. Not bad.
Yeah, they were surprised that the Philippines smarter audience than they
Thought it was.
than I thought it was. So, pero you saw na core the people that were really wanted and appreciated.
Will they come back, do you think?
They will.
I hope they
That they made
do
an
soon.
impact, a big enough impact for them to come back that they appreciated the love from the Philippine WWE universe.
Well, if it's any sign, Hub's not here, but he was the guy who was pushing for PWR. During one of PWR shows, WWE exec was here.
Ooh.
Tried to check out the local scene.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I
Wow.
mean, it wasn't. I don't know if there was anything or it gained any traction after that, but somebody's here. So there's. I don't know if they're trying to get somebody into developmental, similar to how they did with in China and India. That they just get somebody into their from the hot markets, from the big markets, into the.
But is China a big enough market?
I think, yeah.
By population alone, I think they are a big market.
And they signed two
They signed two guys.
two guys, diba? To developmental.
Yeah, to developmental and one girl. They got a girl.
Oh.
Yeah, which is sort of interesting. Because I think that, especially now with Nakamura and Asuka being very, very
Yeah.
visible, I think we're seeing that the Asian market will get its
Our token wrestler is TJP.
our token wrestler now is DJ.
Hashtag Pinoy Pride.
It was kind of painful to watch him try to speak as best
I saw that.
And I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, pero
Huwag na lang, bro.
Just dab.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I think, like him, they wasted his. He was the first cruiserweight champion.
I know.
Yeah, they wasted that. I mean, I have it as a note here that they should reboot the cruiserweight division. I mean, right now Neville and Aries will do something valuable to it, but like, get rid of the fucking purple.
Yeah.
And just have them wrestle on Raw. It gives them a bigger thing, not everything drugged up.
Kasi parang rehash lang ng 205 live yung nasa Raw eh.
Yun na nga. So parang 205 Live should lead to Raw, not
The other way
Raw
around.
pushing. Yeah, like not free TV pushing you to. It's a sales thing, eh.
Yeah.
Pero like, I think slowly but surely they'll get. I hope they come back, and I'm hoping that it's the SmackDown roster that comes along this time. Because the last time it was Raw.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yes, please, SmackDown.
yeah, diba? I mean,
Barring any trades.
yeah, very like seeing AJ Styles live.
Oh.
Versus
God.
probably what? Do you think knowing Pinoys and how we treat the whole experience thing?
I saw
Bray
Styles
Wyatt?
in
know.
Japan.
Yeah.
What?
Just Styles versus Cena,
Uh-huh.
Nakamura versus Jericho.
Oh.
The one I watched. And then main event was Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins.
Title.
Oh, wow.
Title. Yeah.
But of course Dean won.
Yeah.
Boo.
I thought you got over the whole Renee Young thing.
No, it's not Renee Young. It's just Dean himself na.
I don't know. I like him. He's a good talker. He's funny.
He's not. Not at all. He's not funny at all.
Hindi, alam mo, the difference now is he has nobody straight kasi to play off against. Like, unlike before na Rollins was like the straight guy getting to the point
I
and
don't get
he'd
the
go
pop
confuse it.
Parang half may pagka-Cena rin siya eh. Like, this is the move I really hate the most.
Okay.
Yung tatapon siya sa ropes and then after like a kick or a punch and suddenly he'll get the strength to clothesline the guy.
Yeah, that's one of his signature things. What's it called?
I don't know.
The
Doesn't matter.
the lunatic lariat.
There you go. A lunatic lariat.
Doesn't matter what it's called.
Well,
He's dating Renee Young, so you know.
yeah. So
Ganun si Kathy Kelly. Ay, nako.
pero I mean, I think it's unanimous among us three that SmackDown is in a better place.
Oh.
And that's even with underutilizing like Ziggler, Luke Harper, Apollo Cruz, and all of these people. Yung parang, and that entire tag team division,
Yeah.
which I think has to be on the table.
Okay, wait. I have a question, sorry. current, in NXT naman, yung sinong cute para sa inyo? Si Lexi Cross, minus the crazy. She, cute siya.
Nikki Cross?
Sorry, Nikki Cross. I'm mixing Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
I don't watch that much NXT, but I guess I'm gonna base it off of who catches my attention. For me right now, it's Ember Moon.
Because she's really good.
Oh yeah.
Pang SmackDown yun. No.
Yeah.
Most likely.
There's too much people on Raw.
Hindi, pero, like, Raw, sabi nga nila, I read this also this week, like, Raw hasn't been using Emma.
Yeah.
I mean, they botched that whole relaunch thing.
Speaking of which, that was weird.
Apparently, the whole entire background to that was they couldn't pull it off, so they started trolling people. So, parang they really couldn't find a good way for her to get involved and have something significant.
What about Eva Marie?
I think she's just under contract kasi oddly enough, maganda naman siya eh. So I'm following her on Instagram and she's involved into her whole clothing line thing.
Ito pa yung question ko since
She designed the title belt for Raw.
What? No.
It's the all red belt.
My question, what about the Hardys? Wala na.
Oh god, that would be a very huge swerve if they pull it off at WrestleMania. Although I don't think it's
Because
gonna.
yung tweet ni Matt Hardy, like he was in front of the office.
Maybe he's just trolling.
Yeah, I think he has come to the point, and I think that's his main angle. Na parang, if you don't give me the creative freedom and some space to do it, I'm not gonna sign. Because if you saw, there's been an interview about just before he left TNA, just before his contract was up. His main idea is he likes the creative freedom, and I'm sure if it's Vince, they'll start getting them into tables, ladders, and chairs all over again.
Yeah.
With probably what?
The Dudleys.
Anderson and Gallows replacing the Dudleys, and whoever, the New Day replacing Edge and Christian for all intents and purposes. And they will resort back to the neon paint.
Yeah.
And, they won't go the whole broken idea.
As in, yeah.
Because it will generate the pop. It will generate the pop.
For a while.
Until they start, doing the whole Matt and Jeff Hardy will break up again.
Yeah.
And so...
Vanguard.
But I think they're having some legal troubles with what's the name of the company who took over Impact Wrestling? Airlux?
Anthem.
Anthem. And Jarrett, because they're claiming that the broken...
Was their idea?
The broken brilliance thing is the intellectual property of the company.
Yeah.
So... But that's the thing.
Well, it was first shown and given wings on their programming. So kahit paano, I guess they have some claim on that. But what's smart about it is it's broken Matt Hardy, and Matt Hardy is his actual name.
Yeah.
So he has some
Leverage
of freedom to really keep that.
Yeah.
And act with however he wants.
Like, it's kind of like a Triumph the Insult comic dog with Conan when he left NBC. Baka ganun.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Kind of like what Ryback did, last year. He legally changed its name to Ryback, so he can use Ryback again.
Yeah, he put it. It's like Ultimate Warrior. He changed his name to Ultimate Warrior legally. He signed. His passport said
Ultimate Warrior.
Said Ultimate Warrior. That's why his wife is Dana Warrior.
Yeah.
So parang first name
Ultimate, last name Warrior. Not shitting you, sir. As in, diba? Like, sino ba?
Si Golden State,
Hindi ko alam pa. UP Red. UE Red.
Yung youngest sila si 3-1.
Diba? So, pero I think there's some, I guess, siguro, like the Attitude Era people said it best. Na parang, the moment your character more mirrors your natural self,
okay,
it's less of an act and less script.
Yeah.
So like, there was this. I watched this forum recently, and they were asking like, how far can Nakamura go to Paul Heyman? And Paul Heyman's response was, if he just stays to who he is, he can get as far as he wants because he's using his name, and whatever he does is his relatively speaking. So if he wants to act nuts, and if he wants to start, if you remember, we talked about this during the whole takeover Dallas, that he was kicking Zayn's head through the ropes.
Yeah.
If he portrays that kind of viciousness, that character is associated to Nakamura the person, not a character that is,
Yeah.
So hopefully they give people this space.
My question kasi, like, in terms of those, like, who owns what? If I go to Apple Music, so WWE music is there.
Yeah.
Even the old ones. But the Hardy theme song, wala. Why? Is it because they're with another company?
Yeah.
Yun lang yun.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they want to attach somebody's name to it that doesn't.
Wala rin yung kay Carlito, yung a spit in the face of people. Wala.
I think his name kasi is Carlito. Carlito Colon ata siya talaga eh. So, that's why, well, dibs. So, and I checked last night when we were checking who was actually drafted and see how far they've utilized their rosters. Almost nobody has their real name anymore, except John Cena, Shinsuke Nakamura, and
AJ Styles?
no, not even. But well, AJ Styles has a patent on his own name.
Oh, right.
He owns it.
Sorry, John Cena's real name is John Cena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sila na lang, Nakamura and Cena.
And Brock Lesnar, I think, and Bill Goldberg.
Bill Goldberg.
Wow. It's a
Very
handful of wrestlers.
yeah, which is strange because I consider
Colin Cassidy? It's not Colin Cassidy.
no, it's the weird name. Kasi talagang it's CC eh. Hindi pare. I think that's a script thing.
Bliss is who? Lexi
Kaufman.
Yeah.
Kaufman.
And what's her name?
Roman is
Glow
Joe
Girl.
Anoa'i?
Yeah, Joe Anoa'i.
Joe Anoa'i.
Glow Girl is Trinity Fatu.
Trinity Fatu.
Naomi, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think there's some. I guess the whole copywriting and the business side of it plays an element to it. So that's why, if you notice, there's no Kurt Angle stuff that's been highlighted for the longest time. The only time they mentioned the Kurt Angle stuff if it were in reference to Shane before Kurt Angle actually came back. So there's really something on the copywriting thing because they don't want the CM Punk thing to be a trend.
Because he copyrighted CM Punk.
He copyrighted CM Punk before he signed. And AJ Styles copyrighted AJ Styles before he came back. And that's why when he debuted, he didn't have the P1 logo because he has that copyrighted.
I Am Phenomenon. Yung pinakita.
Yung P1, the one that's on his gloves.
Oh.
It's copyrighted. So that's why it wasn't on his stuff the first time he came out. Once it was approved and like WWE licensed that logo.
Galing ah.
Diba? I mean, there's because of people getting smarter with the lawyers. They're trying to figure out these stuff na they're able to keep their money somehow. Like
Yeah.
Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes can't use Cody Rhodes.
Yung nga eh.
He has to do something else. Like it's just Cody or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting.
But his current
Even
character
Eden
right
Styles,
now is
diba?
good.
Hindi Eden Styles yung pangalan niya, di ba?
Hindi.
Sino?
Eden Styles.
Well, Eden lang, I think.
Oh.
I think they're really particular about that. Like
Pwede
the new TNA World Champion, Alberto El Patron,
Oh yeah.
on his first match.
Where's Paige Jory? Is he
No, she's
She's
under
with WWE.
She's under contract.
doing what?
I think she's recovering from surgery, but
Yeah, she's
Okay,
injured.
okay. I thought,
okay, that's a very good question to address as well. Where is she gonna end up in? Will she go to SmackDown or Raw when the time comes? What do you guys think?
SmackDown.
Oh, I think it's gonna be Raw.
Yeah?
Kasi, one, they're shooting a movie about her life, Wrestling with
yeah.
My Family, produced by The Rock and WWE Films.
Okay.
And it's a Raw thing.
Yeah.
They shot it during a Raw episode, and she fits more with. I think she fits more with.
Is that why The Rock was there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
So at the start of the broadcast, before they started really going live on air, he declared for people to stay because they were gonna shoot a remake of the whole AJ Lee Paige debut. Like she won the Divas title.
Oh yeah.
So that's why he was there.
Okay.
And he trolled Vince McMahon in the process because he left a voicemail for CM Punk.
I saw that clip na.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Benoit story, they're gonna make that also.
But it's not WWE.
It's not
not
WWE,
WWE.
definitely not.
But someone's. I read that too. Someone's going to make it.
So I have a question. On the WWE network, can you watch the films?
No.
No.
I tried. For some reason, I tried.
Can you
looking for it.
watch the Scooby-Doo?
Oh god.
No. But I watched that over the holidays.
Which one?
Scooby Doo and
John C.
John Cena and Sin Cara, and it was weird.
If there's- I feel one of the best animated movies I've seen and I like is Surf's Up. And I felt bad. The Surf's Up sequel is a WWE thing. Yun lang. Cody Maverick meeting The Undertaker, John Cena, Vince McMahon. I'm shitting you not.
Wow.
Sad.
Well.
Well, I think that's going into the whole